are live on the YouTube as well now. Delicious.
Wow.
Delicious. Welcome, friends,
And enemies.
to Monday Night Magic. We're the Dungeon Bros. We're playing Magic the Gathering. It is Ass Creed week.
It is indeed the release of the Assassin's Creed Beyond booster set.
That is true. That is true. And in this particular instance, for one, I need to turn down the volume a little bit on that music, I think. We have found ourselves with a little bit of a predicament.
Mm-hmm.
When a new set comes out, we like to take the packs from that set, preferably pre-release kits, and then, make a little limited deck out of them and play with them.
Limited is great. Love limited.
Yeah, you can't draft this set.
Nope.
And
Not intended for that.
Not at all intended for draft. And they're kind of terrible in terms of like a limited pool because of how small the card selection is.
Yeah, 100 cards.
Not even, I think.
I believe, right around 100 cards. Like 5 multicolored lands.
Something like that. But that...
No commons.
We do have one thing that we can do with the Assassin's Creed cards, though. And that is we can take these packs, and we're going to throw them in our Chaos Draft, or Chaos Limited box. So in this box, we have packs that span every set that has come out this year. We got your Outlaws, your Modern Horizons, your Murders at Karlov Manor, your Ravnica Remastereds, and now we will each be getting an Assassin's Creed booster as well. When we get to the end of the year, well, we're going to crack these open, and we're going to make some limited decks, and that'll be our year-end Monday Night Magic event. It's a fun little time. We're excited. We're excited to partake in that sort of an event. But as for tonight, we're going to actually play Magic with 2 of our commander decks that we've turned into Brawl decks. To make them 2-player, I am playing Lathril, Blade of the Elves. She is a Golgari Elf Ball commander. She wants to make 1/1 elves. She wants to tap to deal a lot of damage. And then just all the classic Elf Ball shenanigans that you would expect.
And I'm playing Kadric Soul Kindler, Boros Legends Matter deck. I'm going to make token copies of Legends because Kadric says I can do that.
That is something.
Not only does he say it, he encourages it.
He does encourage it. He's kind of a little slut that way.
Me too, Kadric.
Hello, Brandon. Happy Monday Night Magic. And again, the chat does not work. That is interesting. Connected to YouTube chat.
Hello,
successfully.
reached in the TikTok chat.
Oh, well, there you go. It's fine. If you're watching on TikTok, you can head on over to the YouTube where you can get a top-down view. You can get a better streaming experience, life counter, all that kind of stuff. And with that said, for the YouTube audience, here's the top-down view. Very non-ceremonious, but that's fine. I don't much care at all. I'm going to pop out this the YouTube chat because it's not cooperating with our little chat display service in Caster Labs. I don't know what's going on with this little thing. There's no reason it shouldn't be working, but here we are. Anyway,
Who's to say?
whomstatives to say. Voltage asks, how was your holiday weekend? Well, I didn't do shit for 4th of July.
I did not do shit for 4th of July either.
It was kind of fantastic in a way, honestly. Oh,
Wait, I did do something.
You know what we forgot to do?
Celebrate the Independence Day?
We forgot to turn our lights on and close the blinds.
Yeah, I'll take
That's
care of that
awkward.
real quick.
That's really awkward how that happened.
Yes.
So it's a whole thing. But yeah, I didn't really do anything for the 4th of July. I just kind of hung out with the lady friend and went to bed early because I worked the following day, which was something that I am obliged to do, as that is how I acquire income. So, alas, here we are.
I went and played some board games with friends, and then went to bed.
Well, to be fair, I went to some family gathering parties, so that's a whole thing. All right, time to resolve some mulligans. This is a confident no keep at all, so I'm going to resolve my mulligan.
I will.
How was your holiday weekend? Let us know how the holiday weekend went for you guys. Did you celebrate the 4th of July if you were in America? Some people aren't in America. Oh, okay. Castro Labs is kind of working. Oh, okay. I think it just needed to. I think it needed to connect.
I'm also going to mulligan.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Need to think.
That is good to know. Okay. Well, we're gonna minimize that then. Hey, if you want to if you want to see your chat on screen, then you should head on over to the YouTube live stream where you can do that. It's a good time. It was a grand old time. All right. Let's resolve mulligan number the second one. Or sorry,
The first.
the first mulligan. The second hand.
John Mulligan the first.
That's something. All right, let's see here. Ooh, okay. That is a tempting offer. That is a very tempting offer.
I'm going to move on to our house rule mulligan.
I'm gonna YOLO and go for it. What's the worst that could happen? Famous last
Meteorite.
words. Famous last words.
Gonna keep going with our house rule mulligan.
Yeah, so we just take the top 7 until we have a hand that we either want to keep or a hand that has at least 3 lands in it, in which case we are forced to keep by the rules of our house rule mulligan.
This is a requisite to keep.
All right. In 2-player games, if someone mulligans to 5 versus someone on a 7 that they liked off the top, I mean, that's just kind of not very fun. Anyway,
No.
rollies. We're D&D players, so we do D20s. 4. I was saying.
10.
But it was on my mat, so. Anyway, carry on.
Alright. I will go first. I will draw. Bum bum ba-na-na-na. I will play. Oh, look at that. I had a 1-drop. Cool. I'll play this Plains, and I'll drop this 1-drop, which is a Yoshimaru, Ever Faithful. Whenever a legendary permanent enters the battlefield under my control, put a +1 counter on this thing, this dog, and go ahead.
All right, we'll draw for turn. Nice. I'm going to do a Bayou. I'm going to tap that Bayou for an Elvish Mystic. Your classic Elf Ball synergy here. And I'll pass.
Untap. Draw. Ooh. I'm going to play a mountain. I'm going to tap both. And I'm going to play Mary, Esquire of Rohan. When a Mary, Esquire of Rohan enters battlefield, I'll put a +1 counter on Yoshimaru, Ever Faithful. I would like to move to combat.
Okay.
I will attack with both Yoshimaru and Mary.
All right.
When
4
Mary
total?
attacks, yes, I'll draw a card.
I will go to 21.
That'll be my turn. Go ahead.
All right, we'll untap. We'll draw. I'll do a swamp, and I will tap them for a Priest of Titania. And I'm going to tap the Elvish Mystic for a green. I'm going to cast Pick Your Poison, and each opponent sacrifices a creature. Oh, wait, no, it's a creature with flying. I can't do that then.
Good for me.
Neither of those are enchantments or artifacts, are they?
They are not.
All right, well, that fizzles. Carry on. And that's why you read your magic cards, friends. That's why you read them. Instead of just being like, oh, yeah, that kills a creature.
I've oft heard that reading the card explains the card.
Something like that. I don't know if I would entirely believe that. I feel like the person who said that's a bit of a whack job, but, you know. That's fine.
You get so many subscribers on YouTube, you can kind of say what you want. I'm going to
That's
move to
true.
combat. I would like to attack with both. Mary will trigger, and I'll draw a card.
All right, I'll take 4 again. We'll go
Okay.
down to 17.
Second main phase, I will tap both, and I will play. Where is it? There it is. A Mind Stone. A Mind Stone, and then I am going to do a Boros Garrison as my land drop for turn, returning this mountain to my hand, and I will end my turn as all good boys do with 7 cards in hand.
I'll draw for turn. I'm going to play a
Reading.
command tower.
What is that?
Right? Who reads? I'm going to tap the Swamp, the Bayou, and the Elvish Mystic for a Llanowar Visionary. Yes, another mana dork. This one draws me a card, though, when it enters the battlefield, which is pretty neat. I will then tap the Command Tower for black and the Priest of Titania for 1, 2, 3 green, and I'm going to cast my commander, Lathril, Blade of the Elves. And I'll pass.
Untap.
So much ramp.
So much ramp.
So little to do with
Draw
it.
for turn. Let's go ahead and we'll do a mountain for turn.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. You should like the live if you're enjoying it. All of that kind of stuff. It helps us out a whole lot, way more than you can possibly imagine. Commenting also helps. Sharing. Checking out the podcast. We just posted a podcast today where we talk about all the things that were shown in the preview panel. Same.
Indeed. I'm going to tap for 4. Actually, I'm going to tap for 4 this way because that's how you do smart things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to play Kadric, Soul Kindler.
Ah, commander.
That will trigger Yoshimaru.
Okay.
It's now a 3/3. I'll move to the combats.
Mm-hmm.
I will... I will just attack with Yoshimaru.
Okay. 3?
3.
I will take 3.
All right.
I'll go to 14.
And I'll pass my turn.
All right, we'll untap. We'll draw. I'm going to do a forest for turn. I'm going to do... We'll do Priest of Titania for 4 green, leaving 1 floating for an Imperious Prefect. Or an Imperious Perfect. Other elves I control get +1/+1. And I can pay a green and tap it to create a 1/1 elf token. What are your 2 creatures at?
2/2 and 4/3.
I'm gonna let the 1 floating burn, and I'm going to attack with my 2/3 commander, or sorry, my 3/4 commander.
3/4 commander
With Menache. Sharing is caring. I agree.
Sharing is indeed
I agree.
caring.
Wee woo, we got Mystery Sniper in the chat.
Hi, Mystery.
What's up? What's up? She started with wee woo, and then wee woo.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Miss time. It's a whole thing.
All right, let's yeah, we'll go ahead and block with bow. There we go. With bow.
All right, we'll deal damage to Mary first.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I can't kill your commander.
You can. It's a 3.
It's a 4/3.
Yeah.
All right, I'll turn. Are we doing a commander trade, or do you have shenanigans?
I have 1 open white mana.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, we'll trade commanders. Let's go with that.
All right, before damage.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna get a protection or something.
Yeah, I'll ephemerate it. So, exit and return.
Okay.
Rebound.
That will still be blocking, and that will
It'll die. Yep, that'll die.
Okay. Second main. All right. Well, we can do this now. We'll do black, and 2, and I'm going to bestow the Night Howler onto Lathril Blade of the Elves. This is one of my old Theros cards. Night Howler and Enchanted Creature get +X/+X, where X is the number of creature cards in all graveyards. Currently, there is 1.
There it is indeed 1.
Yeah. So that's my play. Carry on.
All right. I will untap. On upkeep, Ephemerate will trigger.
Mm-hmm.
I may cast it.
Wee Woo is in the YouTube chat now. That's Mr. Nobody now. Mr. Sniper, thank you.
I will cast it on my commander again just so it goes to the graveyard after it resolves. Instead of staying in exile. Doesn't really affect too much. Then I will draw for turn.
Yeah, but now he can't attack.
Oh no, that thing he was totally going to do.
Can't attack now.
Let's go ahead and do a plains for turn.
Mm-hmm.
Do I do this right now? Yeah, let's do this. I like this. We're going to tap for 4. And we're going to play Argus Kos, Spirit of Justice.
A Proxy Forge proxy.
Proxyforge.com.
Proxyforge.com. Check it out.
Sponsor of the Dungeon Bros.
TheProxyforge.com.
Double Strike with Vigilance, 2/2. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, choose up to 1 creature. If that creature is suspected, exile it, otherwise suspect it. Alright. When it enters battlefield, I would like to pay 1 to trigger Kadric.
Are you suspecting 2 things?
I will copy. Yeah.
That gives a menace?
It suspecting cannot block and yes, menace.
Okay.
Suspected creature has menace and cannot block.
Sure.
Or I can exile something. Yeah, for now, actually, we're just going to use the first one, the copy to target this to suspect it.
Okay.
We'll use this one to exile it.
Okay, so you're exiling a suspected creature. Okay.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay. I will move to combat. Oh, sorry. Yoshimaru triggered twice. Once from the original, once from the copy.
Mm-hmm. What's he at?
He is now at 5.
Okay.
Let's go ahead. The copy has haste, so we will attack with it.
What is it at?
And we'll attack with Yoshimaru as well. Yes. When it attacks, I will suspect your...
He already has menace.
True. And then it can't block, but you're going to want to keep attacking with it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, we'll suspect that thing, the Priest of Titania.
Okay, it is suspected. It is suspected. All right. Move to blocks. I'll block those. I'll tap them for green.
Okay.
And then they will go to the graveyard.
All right. This guy actually had vigilance. That doesn't matter.
Night Howler now goes up to +3/+3.
Okay. Second main phase, I will have no effects, and then end of turn, this will die. This will get sacrificed. Go ahead.
All right, we'll untap. We'll draw. All right. Do a forest. I'll move to combat. I will attack with my 5/6 menacing Lateral Blade of the Elves.
I will put blockers in front of it.
All right. We'll have the damage be dealt to your commander again.
All right. Before damage,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to path your commander.
Sure. I'll send her to the command zone. Night Howler is now a creature.
Does Bestow just leave the battlefield?
Bestow it is enchanting the thing.
Yeah.
And when the creature is gone,
is it specifically dies or is it just leaves the battlefield?
when it leaves the battlefield, it becomes a creature. It just falls off.
Oh, I didn't know if it was a specific dies. If it dies, like
It doesn't have the reminder text. To be quite frank with you. All right. Well, let's pull out another thing. It has Bestow on it. Let's see. All right. Okay. Well, now I gotta. I don't have anything else I'm doing this turn. Carry on.
Okay. I will untap.
I'll find that out for us. If you cast this card first, it becomes a creature again if it's not attached.
Okay, perfect.
That's all it says.
Cool. I'll draw for turn. Let's go ahead. We'll do this mountain for turn.
Anyway, what temperature do you get? What temperature check on the old Assassin's Creed set? What's the vibe? Do we like it? Do we not like it? Seem a bit unnecessary.
I'm going to play Dajaru and Hazaret.
Sure.
When they enter the battlefield, I'll trigger Kadek, pay 1, create a token copy.
Mm-hmm.
2 updoots on Yoshimaru. All right. You sit back here. Move to combat.
Mm-hmm. How much? I'm not blocking.
Attack with those. Well, I'll have a trigger first. I'll have a trigger on Argus. I will exile the Priest of Titania. Trigger on Dajaru and Hazaret. When I attack, look at the top 6 cards of my library. I may exile a legendary creature card from among them and put the rest on the bottom of my library. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a whiff.
I should have recast my commander. That's all I had mana to do. Anyway.
All right, so this is 7. That is 5, and that's 4.
All right, I'm dead.
Alrighty.
Whatever.
GG.
I would have been fucked regardless, so that's fine. Ugh. GG.
G's to the G's.
Distracting me with questioning my bestow ruling, and I passed the turn without recasting my commander. You fuck. Cheater. Judge? I'm calling a judge. Judge?
Never played it, so no opinion on Assassin's Creed. Well,
No,
Brandon.
That's fair. I mean, you can't really play it, is the thing. It's
Well,
kind of
I assume Brandon means the video games.
Oh, yeah, that too. The set's very hard to play because it doesn't come with decks or draftable.
It has the starter decks
Yeah,
that we didn't end up buying. I think it'll be actually very interesting in our Chaos Limited at the end.
It'll either be interesting or be completely a non-factor entirely.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
I think there's enough pieces that it's like, okay, this could definitely fit into X random strategy or kind of become like the anchor point for a strategy.
Maybe.
But other than that, yeah, the set overall, like, it's hard to, obviously, it's not, it goes straight to Modern. It goes straight to Commander. It doesn't go to Standard. It doesn't have any limited or draft.
It goes straight to Modern, but also has like no Modern implications whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's basically no card that's going to see anything but maybe fringe play possibly.
I think that some cards might find their way into homes in like Canadian Highlander.
My point exactly.
But it's cool, and I think everybody except Wizards of the Coast themselves and Hasbro would have been fine if they said, "Hey, we're pushing back the set so it's not just utterly out there to kind of wave its balls in the wind," you know?
The problem was I don't think they would want to go that long without releasing a product. Well, I mean, I guess
it's not even a month until the next product comes out.
Yeah. Well, they don't. This is the release to bridge the gap between MH3 and Bloomburrow. Do they need to bridge that gap because they're only 2 months apart? Probably not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And with all the cool stuff we just got in MH3 and all the cool stuff we're about to get in Bloomburrow.
To be fair, it is also a Universes Beyond, so they might have had like a contractual obligation to release it by a certain time, so they couldn't really delay it very much. Possibly that might have been in the contract. Possibly, maybe. Who knows? I don't.
What set is this? Assassin's Creed? No, this is well, we're talking about Assassin's or
we are talking about Assassin's Creed. We're not playing with Assassin's Creed cards.
We did crack one pack each right before this stream, just for funsies. And I did throw one of those cards into this deck.
Nope. Taking 7 again. Let's see what we get. Get something decent.
I will mulligan.
I am required to keep this hand by the laws stated in our mulligan rules.
There are children yelling outside our window.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. It's the summer. They do that.
Goddamn children.
If you're hanging out on
can
TikTok
try
and you want
this.
a top-down view with a life counter, check out the YouTube. Anyway, I lost. I'll go first. I'll draw for turn. I will do a Bayou and I'll pass.
All right. I will draw for turn. I will play Sacred Foundry. It'll come and tap. I will not shock it in. Go ahead.
Draw for turn. Let's do a forest, and I'm going to do an Elvish Warmonger. Whenever one or more other elves I can enter the battlefield under my control, create a 1/1 elf, and it triggers only once per turn, and I can put, what is that, 5 mana? 7 mana into it, and the elves I control get +2/+2 and Death Touch. Pass.
Okay, I was wondering what set y'all were talking about. I made an equipment deck with it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's fun. That's
that's
probably
fair.
one of the better ways to do it.
There's a lot of historic support.
Oh yeah.
Gotta support your historics. I will play Great Hall of the Citadel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tap the Sacred Foundry to activate the Great Hall of the Citadel, adding 1 white and 1 red mana.
Caitlin, thank you for the follow on YouTube.
Oh,
we appreciate
hello.
that. I believe they call that a subscription.
Wow. Thank you. I'm going to play Ash Party Crash.
Oh.
It's a hasty haster. It's a hasty 2/2.
Crasher, penny smasher.
Whenever Ash attacks, if 2 or more non-land permanents enter the battlefield under my turn, under my control this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it. They do not. I'll attack.
For what?
2.
I'll take 2.
I'll pass.
I'll go to 23.
Go ahead.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw for turn. Nice. Swamp for turn. I'll tap for 2 green for a Leaf Crown Visionary. Trigger on Elvish Warmonger. I create a 1/1. Elvish Visionary gives a 1/1 Anthem.
Hell yeah.
And I can pay a green whenever I cast an elf spell and draw a card. I will then attack you for 3 with the Elvish Warmonger.
I'll take 3.
I'll pass.
Basim Ibn is fun and strong in 1v1, but not great in 4-player. Haha.
Interesting.
Blue-black equipment decks aren't super common either way, so it was fun to make. Yes.
That is true.
That's that $15 one you popped.
Yes, I pulled that one. We each got 1 pack for the Chaos Limited box that we have, and we each opened one just for funsies.
For funsies.
Was it worth it? For me, financially, yes. For Sam, financially, no, not at all.
I got one of the Templar Knights.
was good.
That's $3.
It's still a good pull.
Not gonna. Of all of the, you can play any number of these decks. Not gonna play that one.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna play Clifftop Retreats. I will do that though. We'll do that. Let's go ahead and we're gonna tap for 3, and I'll play Fortune, Loyal Steed from Outlaws of Thunder Junction.
Mm-hmm.
When it enters the battlefield, scry 2.
Neat.
Put this on the bottom. Then whenever it attacks while saddled, I exile it and up to 1 creature that saddled it this turn and return those cards to the battlefield under the owner's control. Pass. I will not attack.
We'll untap, we'll upkeep, we'll draw. Hey, nice. We're gonna do a Phyrexian Altar. It's an enchantment.
It is an enchantment.
It's not an elf, so it doesn't trigger any of the things. You have a 2/2 and a 2/4?
I do.
Unfortunate. I'll pass.
Untap. Draw.
Notice I did not play a land. That might come into play later.
I'm going to play Battlefield Fjorge. I'm going to organize my lands so they make sense. All right. I'm going to tap for 1 and a white, and I'm going to play the sorcery Sunset Revelry. If an opponent has more life than you, gain 4 life. You do. If an opponent controls more creatures than you, you do. I will create 2 1/1 white human soldier tokens.
Action DK22, thank you for the follow over on the YouTube. We appreciate that.
What's going on, Action? I will represent those 1/1 humans with this infinite token. I got 2 of them. And if an opponent has more cards in hand, how many cards do you have in hand?
5.
I have 4. I will draw a card. Great.
Look at all that value.
That's value. Oh my.
I have 5 in hand.
Let's go ahead and tap for 1, and I will play a Wayfarer's Bubble.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to move to combat.
Mm-hmm.
I will attack with Ash Party Crasher. Trigger on her. Oh, sorry. Before I move to combat, I will use one of these humans to saddle Fortune. Now I'll move to combat. Attack with Ash and Fortune. When Ash attacks, since 2 non-land permanents enter the battlefield in my control, I put a 1/1 counter on her. So that's a 3/3 and a 2/4 coming at you.
Take 5.
Alrighty.
Go to 18.
At the end of combat, I will exile Fortune and he will return to the battlefield. When he returns to the battlefield, I will scry 2. Interesting. I'm gonna put that on the... I'm gonna put both on the bottom, actually. That is all I'll be doing this turn. Go ahead.
Untap. At the beginning of my upkeep for Phyrexian Altar, I lose a life, I draw a card, and then I'll draw a card for turn. Nice. Do that swamp. Then we're gonna do black, black, and 1 for Abomination of Llanowar. 2 triggers. I'm gonna choose to pay a green to draw a card off of the Leaf Crown Visionary. An elf is entering the battlefield under my control, so I create a 1/1 elf token.
Shalom.
Abomination of Llanowar. It has Vigilance and Menace. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of elves I control plus the number of elves in my graveyard. I control 5, so it's 5/5.
Gross.
With Vigilance and Menace.
I dub that gross.
It's a 6/6 actually, because it's getting +1/+1. But I had Degrassi.
Even grosser.
I had Degrassi Tyson, if you will. Let's see, 2/4.
What do you have to say about jank mats? We love them.
We love them. We got them right here. You can check them out on the TikTok shop if you're on TikTok. Shalom.
They're cool
Action
guys.
DK22.
Nice, big, thick mats.
They are very thick. They're wonderful.
Thick mats.
I'm just going to pass the turn.
Untap.
I got my Vigilant Minichi blocky boy now, so I'm
Draw.
okay.
Play this mountain for turn. Boom, boom, tick. Boom, 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 boom.
I would definitely recommend the jank mats.
Hell yeah.
To be fair, I just want to be
fair.
clear. They did send us these 2 mats.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Tap for 4. Bring out my commander.
Mm-hmm.
And that is all I will do because I cannot get through 5 something. A 5 6. A 6
Beginning of
6.
my upkeep, I lose a life, I draw a card, and then I'll draw for turn. Nice. Can't do you yet, though I would like to. Man, that is unfortunate. Okay. Damn. I'm going to cast a Bloom Tender, and then I'm going to pay 1 to draw a card from Leaf Crown Visionary. Trigger on Elvish Warmonger, I create another token. Those 2 can attack. It's a mana dork. I'll then do an Unclaimed Territory with naming elves, thank God. Missing fucking land drops. I have 7. This is a 7/7. Sorry, an 8/8 because of the anthem. Vigilant Minichi elf. Alright, I'm gonna move to combat now. I'm going to swing in with 2 2/2 elves. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna swing in with them. I'm going to attack with my 8/8 Vigilant Menacing Abomination of Llanowar.
I will put the 2 boys in front of him. The 2 1/1s.
They shall go by the wayside, if you will.
Sure.
Second main, I can do nothing. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in hand, and I'll pass.
If you had to pick one color combo to play for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Jeskai, blue, red, white. Fun fact, neither of those colors represented here.
No blue.
Nope.
No blue on
Or
board.
red or white on my side.
Got red and white over here. I'm one counter spell away from a Jeskai deck.
Sure.
Let's do a plains for turn.
Mm-hmm. What about you guys in chat if you're hanging out? What color combo of deck would you want to play for the rest of your life?
This is going to be a not amazing move, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to tap for 1, and I'm going to ephemerate my fortune. Blink. When he enters battlefield, I'll pay 1 to create a token copy of him. Doink. Now I get to scry 2 twice.
It'd be great if you just want to leave both on top. That'd be funny.
Let's drop those to the bottom.
Do it again.
And do it again. I definitely dropped both of those to the bottom. Didn't even have to think about that one. Alrighty. Ephemerate will rebound next turn.
Interesting. Brandon would play Boros.
Brandon like go fast.
That is not what I would have expected out of you, Brandon, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
Move to combat. I'll attack with a 2/4.
I'll take 2. I'll go to 14.
Okay.
Oh, wait, yeah, no, I'll block with the big thing. What am I talking about? I forgot I had that. Sorry.
So, all right, no, yeah, you're, that's all good. Go ahead and pass.
I think I was at 16. There we go. Yeah, I block with the big thing. Anyway. Is that all? All right, we'll untap. Beginning my upkeep, I lose a life, I draw a card.
I would probably play Jund if I could only play
draw
one
for
color
turn.
combo for the rest of my life.
Fucking kidding me.
You gotta Jund him out.
Gotta Jund him out. Gotta Jund him out. Okay.
There's so many cool cards in Jund.
All right. Well, we are one game we're flooded. The next, screwed.
We're butted.
I've missed so many land drops, and it looks like I'm not going to make another one, which is frustrating given the state of things. All right. What cards? All right. We are in fact going to do this. I'm going to tap the Bloom Tender for black and green. And we'll add 2 more to that, and I'm going to cast my commander, Lathril, Blade of the Elves. You can both attack. You guys can all attack. Trigger on Elvish Warmonger. I get to create another elf. Trigger on Leaf Crown Visionary. I'll pay a green, and I'll draw a card. There's that land. I knew I needed to just dig 1 more. That's what they always say to do.
Dig 1 more?
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
What did you expect? Oh, for color combo for you, Brandon? I don't know.
I have no fucking idea, Brandon, if I'm being completely honest. It's just not on, it wasn't on the top of the mind. Yeah. All right, we're gonna do.
See, there's not enough graveyard shenanigans in Boros for me.
8, 9.
Sure, white, great at recurring things. Red, pretty okay at sending things to the graveyard via rummaging.
Abomination of Llanowar is 9/9 with an
9/9.
anthem to 10/10.
Crap.
We're gonna move to combat. I'm going to attack with the 10/10 with menace and vigilance.
I'll declare no blocks.
All right, you will take your 10, go to 16.
Okay.
Second main, I'm going to not do anything, and I'm going to go to the discard step, and I have 9 cards in hand. We will discard the Nadier's Nightblade, which makes this go up 1 more. And we'll discard the Serpent Soul Jar, which does nothing to him.
On your end step, I'll sack the Wayfarer's Bauble. Go in and get in whatever I come across first, realistically. That plains. Alrighty.
Honestly, Brandon, I probably would have expected like a Golgari or something. Just generally speaking.
Generally. And I will untap. On upkeep, Ephemerate will trigger. I will target Fortune. Go for it.
I'm going to respond to that. In fact, I'm going to putrefy him. Destroying him cannot be regenerated.
All right. Spell will go to the graveyard. So will Fortune.
Delicious. Delicious.
Draw for turn.
Was that the optimal play I could have done? No. But I did it.
You did.
But I did it. Can I cast you? Am I going to be able to cast this card is the question. I think the answer is yes, which will be very fun.
I would like to tap. Really, what's going on in my hand isn't going to help me.
Next favorite would probably be black, blue, green. Don't know the name. Sultai?
Sultai.
Nice. Nice. I'm proud of myself for knowing that one. There's no reason I should have fucking knew that one. That's ridiculous.
I'll tap for 1, and I'll play a Sundial of the Infinite. Like I said, oh, actually, I need to pay 2 for that. Like I said,
A Japanese language, Sundial of the Infinite.
indeed.
What does that do?
I can pay 1 and tap it to end the turn. Activate only on my turn.
Yeah, so you get rid of the sacrifice things.
Exactly. However, as you noticed, I don't have things on board. Oh, you know what? I'll play this land for turn. I'll go ahead and pass.
Oh, you don't want to attack?
Can't really attack through that big boy.
I mean, you could. I just got all these little
Not
ones here.
well.
At the beginning of my upkeep, I lose a life. I draw a card from Phyrexian Arena. And I draw for turn. Nice.
I think Sultai is a cool color combination.
Yes.
I just haven't found anything I want to do in it.
All right, we're going to do black, green, green, green. So 3 green and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to cast End Raise Forerunners. It's a 7/7 Vigilance, Trample, Haste. When it enters the battlefield, other creatures I control get +2/+2, gain Vigilance and Trample until end of turn. And I think you know what will happen is I'm going to attack with all of my creatures.
Yep.
And I believe that will. This is the poor man's Craterhoof Behemoth.
More than sufficiently get her done.
Yes, indeed.
Indeed. All right.
1-1 on the day so far. We're going to go best of 3.
Best of Trace.
Best of 3, because that's really the only true way to find out if you can be considered the master debater, if you will. Oh, speaking of master debater, oh my god, why are you not resetting? Reset to 25, damn it. There we go. Have you heard about Sam Riegel?
No.
They posted, Critical Role posted a video today, and they were talking, and Sam Riegel was talking about how he's been gone for a little while from Critical Role, and he's like, part of it is to do with the fact that his character, spoilers for Campaign 3, his character went boom boom and exploded.
Okay.
The other part of it was he's been fighting cancer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like tonsil cancer.
Oh.
Apparently, HPV has a small chance to become cancer in men in like the tonsils, esophagus, nose, soft palate, that kind of stuff. So he has this brutal scar on his neck because they opened him up and they removed his tonsils, they removed part of his soft palate, part of his tongue. He had to relearn how to eat and speak and then go through radiation.
Yeah.
And as a voice actor, I'm sure you can imagine that that is terrifying as a professional voice actor. So, you know, it's a whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty terrifying.
Yeah, but he's finishing up. He's like in the last stages of recovery. And he just wanted to let everyone know, and he's probably going to start coming back soon. So that's neat. Love Sam Riegel. He's a fantastic person.
Yeah.
From what I can tell. And it's good to see that he's on the mend. Anyway, not to bring that down.
That is why they rec Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yeah. Boosted.
Exactly.
Swamp and Pass.
Swamp and Pass.
Swamp and Pass was my nickname in high school.
I'm going to counterspell that swamp, if that's okay.
Based on the rules of the game.
If that resolves,
no.
If that resolves, I'm gonna do that. Nope.
No on this end as well.
4 lands and 2 neat spells with nothing to do for 3 turns, unless I top deck.
Yeah, what you believe that man who lives near us?
3-headed Blue Eyes White Dragon, land destruction.
The Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon.
Yeah. I don't know if
Land destruction, Dvik.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no to that one.
No land destruction.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to land destruction on a targeted basis.
How do you feel about?
Like I run Casualty of War in this deck. I know that because it was in my hand.
Oh.
And one of the modes on that you can pick is destroy 1 land.
Mm-hmm.
And I was considering doing that, and then I got an end raise Forerunner, and I'm like, all right, well, that just wins the game.
Yeah,
that just wins the game right now. So we go with that. Which, by the way, if you're on a budget and you're in a deck that would want to run Craterhoof Behemoth, check out End Race Forerunners. It's significantly cheaper and a similar effect. Can you imagine if you could counter a land drop? That'd be that would crack the entire like design of the game way wide open.
I'm gonna go from the top.
This is one of those hands that I really should not keep.
I must keep this.
So I am not going to keep it.
One thing I've sorry. Do you all do unlimited mulligans casually? We do. Yes. Basically,
Pretty much.
Basically, if you don't like what you have, you can go from the top another 7 until you find at least a hand with at least 3 lands or one that you want to keep. Then you must keep. Anyway, one thing I've been thinking about recently is well, a little backstory. I think his name is Mental Misplay.
Yeah.
The creator, Mental Misplay.
I'll keep that hand, even though it's probably not a great idea.
Does a lot of going around at conventions and asking people about like magic goings on.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw our friend Lincoln.
Yes, Lincoln was on that. I saw
getting interviewed about Nadu in particular.
Yeah. Nadu's going to be overrated for CEDH in terms of being a commander, just because it has to play bad cards.
I was going to say, well, to quote Lincoln, bird bad. To kill the commander and the deck does nothing. Which
kind of,
I get.
Oh, dice to removal. The CEDH problem with Nadu is you have to run cards that are without Nadu are just bad cards.
Yeah, that's exactly the deck. Don't go to
Shuko is not a good card. It's only good for Nadu, and like Lightning Greaves, you could make a case for it, but CEDH doesn't really run protective equipment all that often.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one that's like the untapping one.
There are a couple of there are a couple of L mantle,
yeah. So,
but anyway, so I was thinking about other piece of advice that I think I would give if I were ever interviewed again at a MagicCon. If I was more open, I'll draw and start playing as I say these words. I'll play Fury Calm Snarl, revealing this plains. That's a generous gift. I'm revealing that plains, and I'll pass. But mine would be
forced pass.
Even if you're not going to play, at least watch other formats.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tap for 2, and I'm going to play Mary. Attack with Mary. 2.
Tink tink. Go to 20.
Pass. And one of the reasons is like
swamp. I'm going to do 3 visits. Explain while I search.
If you are like us, who started in Commander, and for a long time I think really kind of honed in on Commander. Commander says land destruction bad, land destruction unfriendly.
I don't care about being friendly.
Land destruction not kosher, but not halal.
Jewish. I'm not Jewish. I'm also not Muslim. Buy you onto the battlefield. I have nothing else to do. I'll pass.
Not blessed by the Pope.
Sure.
Anyway, draw for turn. But to get to my point, I was watching Canadian Highlander. Tap for 3. Sorry. Do things in the right order. Attack for 2. Tap second main phase. Tap 3.
I go to 21.
Gimli. Pass. Interesting. He's a 3-drop.
Yeah, I'm just the sequencing. I was like,
you're supposed to play things second main phase in case you had interaction.
That's true.
To like wipe the board or something. Anyway, But I watched a game where it was a Nadu deck I think he called it Nadu Breakfast versus Strip Lock.
Let's do an Elvish Harbinger, and I'm going to search for an elf, put it on the top of my library. Now I'll pass.
And it's like...
Do I have to reveal it? I do.
When you're playing in a 4-player game, makes sense why you don't necessarily want to strip lock somebody out. or strip lock the entire table out so they can't do anything because you have 40 life to plow through and it's going to take a while. However, when you're in one-on-one and you start with 20 life and you crack every fetch land in the format, strip locking means you're ending the game.
Pretty much.
Which I think is very interesting.
You are okay. Priest of Titania.
Tap for 4. Play Catrick. Counter on Gimli. Move to combat.
Mm-hmm.
Attack with Mary and Gimli.
No blocks.
Draw. You will take 6 damage, and I will make 2 treasures.
Oh.
That will be my turn.
Draw for turn. Wow, it's that card that I tutored there. It's really weird how that goes. Elvish Warmonger. And then aforementioned Priest of Titania. Trigger Elvish Warmonger. Create a 1/1. Then I'm going to pass the turn.
What is it called? The Craterhoof substitute? That's Endray's Forerunners.
Yes, Endray's Forerunners. It's a boar.
So I just started playing Magic and I have an Eldrazi.
Nice.
Eldrazi deck.
An Eldrazi.
An Eldrazi deck.
An Eldrazi.
Love that. What other decks would you recommend? Green. Feel like
whatever speaks to your soul, and if you don't have anything particularly in mind, then something different than the playstyles of the decks that you have.
Oh yeah, I recommend Graveyard Recursion.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite animal?
Cat.
Giraffe. Best commander is Goku. If you're really on a budget, I suggest Pauper. It's a deck of nothing but Yeah, Pauper's great.
Pauper Commander is also great, where the commander is an uncommon creature. It doesn't have to be legendary, and then every other card in the deck is a card that is common.
Yeah.
Has to be printed at common at some point. The card itself does not necessarily have to be the common rarity if it has been printed at another set in common.
If Magic the Gathering is so great, then where's Magic the Gatheringist? What?
Did you have a stroke?
Would you like to read that comment?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I'm going to cast
Dejaren Hazaret.
Dejaren Hazaret.
No.
Paying 1 when it enters the battlefield to create a token copy. That will trigger Gimli twice. So put 2+1 counters on him. The copy has haste.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to move to combat.
Mm-hmm.
I will attack with each of these. I draw a card off of Mary.
Mm-hmm.
I look at the top 6 off Dejaren Hazaret. Well, I only got 1 hit. I will exile Tegan Jovavank. I can cast it without paying its mana cost until the end of turn.
Okay.
Alright, there's a 5/4, a 2/2, and a 4/4 with double strike.
I'm going to put this elf in front of the 4/4 with double strike.
Okay.
Before damage, I'm going to pay 1. I'm going to do Corrupted Conviction, sacrificing this token as an additional cost, and draw 2 cards.
Very good.
And I'll take 7.
7.
I'll go down to 8.
Indeed. Second main phase, I will cast Tegan Jovanka for free, or without paying its mana cost. I will not pay to copy it. That will trigger Gimli once. And then at the end of turn, Dejaren Hazaret will sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Pass.
1 tap. We'll draw. Okay.
What's your guys' opinion on proxies? Love them.
Very pro proxy in this household. I'm going to tap all my lands. I'm going to cast my commander.
Very good.
Lathral Blade of the Elves. Trigger Elvish Warmonger. I create a 1/1. We're going to tap the Priest of Titania for 5 green. And I will cast Tyvar Kell, Planeswalker. Elves I control can tap for a black And then I can +1 him to, which I will do, putting him up to 4 loyalty. Where's my D12? I like using my D12 for my commander.
Love a D12.
Plus him up to 4, which will untap Priest of Titania. She gets +1/+1 counter. And she gets Death Touch until end of turn. I will then tap the Priest of Titania for 5 green and the Elvish Harbinger for a black. We'll spend, let's see, 2 green and a black for Abomination of Llanowar. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's a 6/6 Vigilance and Menace. I have 3 green floating. We'll use that for... Ooh, actually, I'm going to add a black to it because of Tyvar, and I'm going to do a Door of Destinies. Oh, I should have done that in a different order.
Oh.
Do you care if I do that in a different order to put a charge counter on this?
That's fine. You had it in hand.
I did. So this is 1 charge counter, giving everything +1/+1.
Beat his ass in Magic. We'll do our best. How's it going? Who are we all playing? I'm playing Kadric Soulkindler.
I'm playing Lathril Blade of the Elves. With that, I will pass the turn.
Endraze Forerunners.
Indeed.
Endraze
Forerunners.
Y'all, we are playing 1v1 Commander here.
Yep.
Here on the Ye Olde Dungeon Bros channel.
If you're on the TikTok and you click the little gift button at the top, or the gift goal button at the top, I put the Brawl rules there in abbreviated form. All right. Sequencing is hard.
Indeed.
I actually wasn't sure I was going to have enough mana to cast that, and then I was like, oh wait, I can tap all my elves for black, and that was the only one that didn't have summoning sickness.
Alright, we're gonna tap for 4. What is your... Okay, those are your keywords. Pardon me.
You are pardoned.
Thing in my throat.
From life.
Oh, no. I'm gonna play at Sushi, the Blazing Sky.
Mm-hmm.
When it enters the battlefield, I will pay 1 to create a token copy. At Sushi, the Blazing Sky reads Flying Trample 4/4. When it dies, I can either exile cards from top of my library and play them until the end of my next turn, or I can create 3 treasures. Alright, let's go ahead and... Oh, well that will trigger Gimli twice. Which I think I might need to hold up Gimli. That's fine. I'd like to move to combat.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning of combat, Tegan will trigger. Or, nope, that's an attack trigger.
Move to combat.
Move to combat. Beginning of combat, no effects.
And the declare attacker steps.
Declare attackers. I will attack.
At the beginning of the declare attacker step, no effects.
No effects. I will attack with the copy of Atsushi. I will attack with... What are all your things that's still up? You got... Do you have any...
2, 3, 1, 1... Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 6.
6, 6. Okay.
And a 4, 4 planeswalker. And they... Oh, sorry. They all have +1/+1 from the Door of Destinies.
Okay. And I will attack with Dajaru and Hazaret. And, you know, Mary, you've done your job. I'll attack with Mary as well. I have a couple of triggers. First trigger I will do is I will have Tegan give Dajaru and Hazaret +1/+1 and indestructible.
Okay, so what's that total?
That will be a 6/5. I will then trigger Mary to draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
I will then trigger Jar and Hazaret. I'll look the top 6 cards in my library. That's a complete whiff on Jar and Hazaret.
Love that. Big fan of that.
Hate that. Okay, so we have...
Just ordered a pretty nice Blightsteel Colossus proxy. $40 just seemed way too much right now. I agree.
Yeah. So we've got a 4/4 in the air with Flying Trample.
I cannot block that. I'll go down to 4 on that.
We got a 6/5 with Indestructible.
I'll block with the 7/7.
And a 2/2.
I'll block with the 2/2.
Alrighty. So the 2/2 will trade.
Boingo, boingo.
Boingo, boingo.
Is that all?
second main phase. Yeah, nothing. And then at Sushi will sacrifice and create 3 treasures off of his death trigger.
Mm-hmm.
So 4 treasures. Okay. Scary. All right, I will go ahead and pass.
All right, we'll untap. We'll draw. Nice. Do a forest for turn. I'll tap that forest for a Fintorn Elves. Trigger Elvish Warmonger, trigger on Door to Destinies. Gets a charge counter. Create another 1/1. Now let's get a little fucky, shall we?
Okay.
I'm going to tap the Priest of Titania for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green. Going to uptick Tyvar, 5. Untap the Priest of Titania. She gets +1/+1 counter. She has Death Touch. I'll do it again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 14 total floating green mana. To that, I'll add 3 more. So I'll cast a Galadrim Brigade, squatting it 7 times.
Jesus.
So there's 7 copies. I'm just going to use this elf token as an example.
Squad 1 in the green is redonkulous.
Right? Right. So my Galadrim Brigades are all giving each other... All of my Galadrim Brigades get +7/+7.
Yeah.
Everything else gets +8/+8. Also, Door of Destiny's trigger. +3/+3.
Great, great, great.
I'll move to combat. I'll attack with all 4 of the things that are capable of attacking. So we have... I'm going to move you guys down here. So we have the Elvish Harbinger, which is a 1/2 normally, but it's getting 3,
+8.
10, 11, +3/+3, +8. So +11, +11. So
12, 13.
12, 13, 13, 14, 13, 13, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 14. This is a 14, 14. Naturally, +11 is a 25, 25. Sorry. 15 plus 11 is 26. Move to declare blockers.
Yes.
Fog.
There are fogs in white. I don't have one. I do have things in my hand. I'm seeing what will be effective, if anything. 4 mana. And 2 things with menace. Fuck. Yeah.
2 things with menace. I think mathematically you are not able to block enough.
Let me see what I can do.
Unless you can shenan a 4th body. Or a 5th body. Because you're to block these 2. For one, this one is going to one-shot you.
Yes. Well, here we'll get out in front of that instead of trying to be tricky. I'll generous gift it.
Okay. I get a 3/3 Elefante.
You do.
I'm going to pretend that is a 3/3 Elefante.
All right, so if I block her with these 2,
So
that'll
7, 8, 11, 11 is a 13, 14. I would choose to kill Gimli first, or have Gimli take damage first.
Yes.
Which I believe isn't exactly enough to get him. Or no, he's a 1/1, so he's 13, 13 right now.
He is a he's a 7/7 with double strike.
So, so I only need to mark 7 damage on him.
Yes, correct. Yes. And then what are these 2 at? Those are at that one's at 13.
11, 11 is 13, 14, 14, 14.
Okay, so I need to block another one.
Yeah.
I'll put Cadric in front of this one.
Okay. Cadric Gimli die. Lathril dies.
Yes.
Lathril goes with command zone.
Cadric will go to the command zone.
His commander attacks.
Alrighty.
And I will pass that turn, sir. I'm gonna just move these here and say I have 8 of them instead of this whole thing, because that was like fucking me up a little bit in the brain. I'm also gonna move it next to the other thing giving a 1/1 anthem. So I also don't get as fucked up in the brain from that. Anyway.
Do you have anything with reach?
Good game.
GG. Thank you, Brandon. Hell yeah.
I had something with reach in my hand in the last game, I think. Yeah, I had the poison dart archer.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That would
game.
do it. Yeah.
That would have done it. That would have done it. Damn. Well, I tried. That was all I could have attacked with. So. I didn't tap anything except the Priest Titania for the mana to get the squad up. So it's all good.
You know, it's one of those things that's like flying is one of the oldest keywords in Magic, and it's still
routinely good.
Still amazing.
It is routinely good. All right, I'm gonna call that right there.
That was a lovely best of 3 for this week.
It was a best of 3 for this week.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you guys for joining us, the new subscribers.
Yes, it was wonderful. Love to see you again in the future. You should go subscribe to us on YouTube if you've been hanging out on the TikTok, because that's where you can get the fancy live streaming setup, where you get the top-down counter, the life counter, all that kind of stuff. Check out the podcast, Duels and Mandorks podcast, episode 70. We talk about all the previews from Magic the Gathering that we saw at MagicCon.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. There's a lot of shit.
Some new Duskmourn, some new Bloomborough.
Oh, yeah.
Some Foundations.
Which, by the way, with the addition of Foundations, we're going to have another pack to add to the Chaos Limited at the end of the year, which would be nice.
A little bit of selection, a little bit of variety.
Yeah, I feel like we were going to be skating by with the number we have, because we have 4 regular packs plus Assassin's Creed. Then we would have only had Bloomborough and Duskmourn, so we would have had exactly 6 packs, like a pre-release kit.
But one of those would be a half pack.
Exactly. Well, 7
plus
6
a
and a
half
half packs.
6.5 packs.
6.5 packs. Now, but guys, Fallout collector boosters. We're not buying a fucking collector booster.
What kind of money do you think we have?
If you want to give us that kind of money, then you should check out the Patreon, patreon.com/dungeonbros, where you can get early ad-free access to all our podcasts and content and all that kind of stuff.
Or if you want to send us a collector booster of Fallout,
also welcome.
Join us on our Discord and message us.
Yeah,
or TikTok,
yeah.
or Instagram.
Actually, don't do that. Don't do that, because that's a lot of money. I don't know. I mean, if you're independently wealthy, have at it.
If you
have at it.
If you like my body,
your hot prince body.
It's a silly boy summer.
It is. It is a silly boy. Anyway, that is all the time we have for tonight.